Just Connect TV, streaming live. Just Connect TV is your entertainment and educational channel. We broadcast authentic content that will inspire, empower, and stir up the potential and positive energy in you. Just Connect TV, streaming live. Ever felt the need to learn how to play a musical instrument or improve your music skill and never knew where to go? Just Connect School of Music is the place to be. We offer professional training in music sight reading, piano, drums, guitar, saxophone, bass guitar, and vocal training. We are located at Eprin Square, 3rd floor, room 26, opposite Buruburu Police Station. Just Connect, building worship.
Records. Wakuabudiwa ni wewe Bwana Adonai, kando yako hapana Mungu mwingine. Jina lako lina ushindi, yeah. Sifa zako ziliangusha kuta Yeriko, katikati ya sifa pana neema. Nataka nikusifu Baba kutoka moyoni mwangu, uketie katikati ya sifa. Umetukuka, sifa zetu zikifaa. Utukufu wako unashuka na nguvu zako tunapata kwa neema. Wewe Mungu heshima ni zako Bwana, unayekaa ndani ya sifa. Uhimidiwe, ajuaye mimi ni wewe Bwana, anijali mimi ni wewe Bwana. Sifa zako ziliangusha kuta Yeriko, katikati ya sifa pana neema.
Mbele zako na sujudu, wimbo wangu na kutolea we, Muumba wa mbingu na nchi. Kwa neema, wewe kwa neema, ndiwe Yahweh, wewe Mungu wa neema, Bwana wa mabwana, wewe Mungu wa neema.
Sifa zako zitavuma, ulimwengu na mataifa yatajua kwamba wewe ni Mungu. Haleluya.
Wewe Mungu wa neema, Bwana wa mabwana, wewe Mungu wa neema, wewe ndiwe Yahweh, wewe Mungu wa neema, Bwana wa mabwana, wewe Mungu wa neema, wewe ndiwe Yahweh,
Yahweh usiyebadilika,
wewe ndiwe Yahweh,
Afrika ulimwengu utasema,
wewe ndiwe Yahweh,
Yahweh Mungu wa upendo,
wewe ndiwe Yahweh, wewe ndiwe Yahweh, wewe ndiwe Yahweh.
Get yourself a high-quality branded hoodie, t-shirt, caps, umbrellas, you name it, we got it. You order, we deliver. Just Connect. Just Connect TV, streaming live.
Hello, this is Just Connect TV, and on our musicians profile show, I'm joined by Mr. Alex Tindi. Karibu sana. He is a gospel musician, and we'll get to know more about him, and I believe that his story will encourage you. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Who is Alex, and what is your ministry aspect, official name that people know you with?
Okay, fine. First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show today. My name is Alex Tindi, but my stage name is Mr. Hope. I love God. I love singing to God.
How was your journey and your walk? How did your walk with Christ start?
Wow. Very good question. I got born again long time. I was still in primary school. And the person who inspired me to want to know much about Christ is my sister. Yeah, so by then I think I was in class 5. And we could go, as we grew up from village. And sometimes we'd have crusades. And my sister would always be on the forefront to tell me so that I can accompany her. So just as time went by, I started following her. And one day I got saved. And I thank God I've not gone back. Now, that was way back in class 5. Now, I continued the revelation about singing. Came about when I was in Form 1 in high school. And then I was in CU, and I can remember some people were there, we were serving, and then you feel just you want to sing. If you hear someone singing, you want to sing, and then you want to put your words in those songs, and then you feel a very strong feeling that, okay, I can sit down and I can write. So we're in high school, because it was a boarding school, you will not get time to, come out and do a lot of things. I'm just serving in CU, and then you would, at the end of, when schools close, you're actively participating in church and all that. Now, when I joined college, my first year in college, is when I attempted to go to studio for the first time. But again, I think also singing goes with growing, goes with also, getting skills.
Yes.
So that time, again, when I went to studio for the first time, it didn't work very well, because I had very short time, and I had not done my practice, and I had not been fully exposed. So I had very short time between, finishing school and joining college. So I left that project at that point.
Okay.
Now, at the end of, towards the end of my college is when I started doing my first song.
Before you get to the songs, how was it growing up as a young man who was born again?
Yes, very, 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 very good.
And where did you grow up? You just told us that you grew up in the village. Right now, which village is this?
Okay. I come from Western Kenya, and in a place called, outskirts of Kakamega, a place called Shivakala. Yeah, that is where I grew up. And, back there in the village, growing up as a kid who is raised in Christian ways, much to do was just to go in church, and then maybe if you have things like crusades, you would attend and all that. But one thing that I grew up participating actively was in our local church. I was on the forefront of taking over the program. It came to a point until everyone knew that Alex is the one who's going to lead today's service in terms of coordinating service and all that.
At that particular age.
At that particular age and that particular time. Until I remember one day, my other sister told me, okay, you have done a lot of coordinating service. Please, if you go to church, give chance to another person. And I really felt like I felt bad because it's something I liked doing.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked leading. I really liked, just seeing the service going on very well.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, it didn't have a lot of challenges. I enjoyed my childhood growing up knowing who Jesus Christ is.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you for a fact that came in handy when I was sitting for my class 8 examination.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mother is so prayerful. So she would, I would go to study, and then after studying, my mother would come and we would pray and pray and pray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you catch the spirit of prayer?
I really hoped one day I will start, but then I got some time.
Exactly. And I also like it that those are different ministries, even as much as music goes with prayer, but you understood your calling and you continue to pursue it. You talked about while in primary school, you could lead you could lead services.
Yes.
How was it when you went to secondary school? Did you have an opportunity to lead in the CU, and how did that go about?
Well, when I got to CU, when I got to high school, and I joined CU in Form 1, the butterfly solo. So you're trying to get your footing. So in Form 2, I was appointed as the whole of year 1, Form 1, I was just a member of CU, trying to catch up with the high school environment, given that I was at the scholar in primary school.
Okay.
So, and now that's a boarding school. So all of year 1, I was just a member. But when I got to year 2, I was appointed prayer coordinator. So I would, every Friday, when the other team was leaving for entertainment show, we would CU would go for our service. And that is Saturday. On Friday, we would go for a short service, and we would choose amongst ourselves. That is what I was coordinating, choosing among CU members, so that they could go out in every dormitory and lead a short service there.
Also, you could have services within the dormitories.
Yes. There is this one day we went to one dormitory. My classmates, of course, they can click and we found a fellow student who had a problem. He was being possessed with some evil spirits. And that day, we really prayed. We really prayed, and there were some confessions. It happened. I believe God did it. So from there, we saw the number of Christian Union rising, and many more people, more students getting converted.
So what I'm getting from you is that the spirit or the impact that your mother had in terms of her prayer life, you were able to catch the fire, and it started manifesting while in school, because this is very important, your background and how we bring up our children, because sometimes we want to assume that they will get to know Jesus. However, what was her impact in your life in matters of faith?
As I had mentioned before, my mother was very prayerful, and then we would not miss church, and she kept on teaching us that when you pray, God answers. And at that young stage, you just see things happening. You see your parents paying school fees, bringing home new uniform for school, doing things for you. So that is why maybe these young people growing, they do not really maybe connect or relate with God so much. But if they get very good guidance, and if they get spiritual parents, we can really impact our children we can truly impact our children, like my mother impacted me. And everybody, my age group kept on saying, this guy is mama's boy. I can say for a fact it's true. It was true. We were friends like this. And my faith really developed because of her.
So, and you are able also to now, while in school, you are able to grow even further. How about your college life? How did it turn out for you?
There now, my college life. That is where I did my first song. Yeah, and although it was not, in high school, we were like in a camp. So it was a routine. Every Friday we go to that short service, and then every Saturday evening there is that CU service, the normal evening service, and then on Sunday you are planning about the service again. And then from Monday all the way to Friday, books. But now when you go to college, you are living outside. You're a bit now mature, and your parents have given you some more responsibilities, like you have to pay. They'll send money to pay your rent. They will send you money to pay the school fees, and you are the one who have to know which classes you are going to attend. When you have classes, the times you have free time, what are you going to do? So now, there is a lot of freedom. I got a lot of freedom at the college. And I think that was the point when now I started thinking about songs and writing about songs. But now this other life, like the life I had in high school, the prayer life every Friday, it went a little bit low. But the other side of music, it kept on
It picked
growing.
up, yeah. Did that affect your ministry now that you had a shift on your spiritual life? Did it have any impact, any negative or positive impact? How did that turn out for you?
Yeah, it had an impact. The positive one is that the music kept growing. The music talent in me kept on growing, and the desire, the desire kept on growing. But now the part of being more prayerful, every time you are meeting into those cells for Bible study, went down. And I felt like that at that point I was not too much into praying and too much into reading the Word of God. And then again, the usual college life, you are meeting people. Like, in high school we were just studying. It was a boys' school. And now you're coming here in college where you're mixed, and there is freedom, and and you also have friends, and there could be also peer influence. But one thing I think I thank God for is I kept the way.
We'll take a short break and we'll come back and talk more about Alex's life, his walk with the Lord, and also his recording journey. Keep watching. This is Just Connect TV.
Just Connect TV, streaming live. Just Connect TV is your entertainment and educational channel. We broadcast authentic content that will inspire, empower, and stir up the potential and positive energy in you. Just Connect TV, streaming live. Ever felt the need to learn how to play a musical instrument or improve your music skill and never knew where to go? Just Connect School of Music is the place to be. We offer professional training in music sight reading, piano, drums, guitar, saxophone, bass guitar, and vocal training. We are located at Eprin Square, 3rd floor, room 26, opposite Buruburu Police Station. Just Connect, building worship.
Wimbo huu Baba ni wimbo wa shukurani. kwako wewe, Mungu mwema. Ebeneza, umenileta mbali, mimi ni nani hata nikukufuru? Kikaragosi, singetajwa mtu, umenifinyanga na kuniheshimisha. Usiyebagua wala kuchagua, tajiri na masikini, wote ni wana wako. Wacha niseme asante, asante Baba, asante, asante Baba, asante Baba, 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 asante, asante wewe, wewe Baba, wewe ni mwema, wewe ni mwema, wewe ni mwema. Saratani, magonjwa yasiyo na tiba, yanatii sauti yako, mponyaji. Unaheshimisha na wangumba, unafuta aibu yao, unajali na wajane. Uabudiwe, uinuliwe, fadhili zako zinadumu milele yote. Wacha niseme asante, asante, asante Baba, asante Baba, asante Baba, asante. Wewe ni mwema, wewe ni mwema, wewe Baba, wewe ni mwema. Asante, asante, asante Baba, asante, asante Baba, asante. Wewe ni mwema Baba, asante. Kwa ukuu wako wewe ni mwema, wewe ni mwema Baba, wewe ni mwema. Asante Baba kwa ukuu wako, asante Baba kwa mema yote, asante, asante Baba, asante, asante Baba, asante Baba, asante. Unainua wanyonge, wewe ni mwema, wewe ni mwema Baba, wewe ni mwema, Mungu wa wakubwa. Asante Baba, asante, asante Baba, asante Baba, 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 asante.
Get yourself a high-quality branded hoodie, t-shirt, caps, umbrellas, you name it, we got it. You order, we deliver. Just connect. Just Connect TV, streaming live.
Welcome back. This is Just Connect TV, your musician's profile show. I'm joined by Mr. Hope.
Yes.
Or Alex Tindi.
Yes.
Karibu sana. We are at a point where we are talking about you are in this new cultural experience of college life. Mm-hmm. There is freedom. There is kind of a I don't know whether it's a tug of war. I don't know how to put it, but the opportunity that you had because of the routine experience in school. Now there are other things that there is freedom, and you have to plan yourself. How did you manage to continue living as a believer, and you are not swept by the tide and follow the Raha Killer Friday?
Yeah. Okay. One good thing that helped me to survive was that I focused so much on writing songs, and I also had a friend. I had a friend of mine in college called Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Big up. So we kept together like this. Mm-hmm. And then again, you see, my college life was not that of that lavish, like, you have enough money to do all these things. So you'll just remain within the
limits.
That one also that one also contributed. Yeah, but more so we focused on praying with my friend, and I also focused on doing more, writing more songs.
And of course your studies as well.
And studies, bigger part.
What would you say are the pitfalls? Why because there are people who are good Christians while they go through school life, but once they have an experience with college life, their lives turn upside down, and they forget they were Christians, and their lives end up becoming very, very messy, and until their parents don't know. They can't recognize who they are. What would you say is a challenge besides the issue of money? Because there are those ones who will go out of their way and do other things to get the money so that they can fund whatever fund they are looking for. What would you say? What advice would you give even to the young people in terms of remaining focused on God?
One thing I will tell these our young people, especially so when they get to college. College can be tough if you do not have, if you don't get your footing right, if you don't have you've not made your decision, if you have not made up your mind that it's Jesus Christ you want to follow. So one thing they should do is to just remember the times. Remember the times you've been with God. Remember everything God has done to you. That alone, the moment you feel like you want to fail, the moment you feel like now I want to try the other side of the world, just remember that it's God who enabled your parents, first of all, to be there for you. Remember, it's God who enabled you to even have that chance of getting to college. Remember that it's God who even gives you everything, good health, gives you good, clear mind to study. Just remember the goodness of God at every point while you're going to sit that examination. It is God who gave you good health. It's God, people sit examinations from hospitals. You are not so special or specific that you'll always be in good health to do those examinations. Each and everything God has done to you, remember, and then just ask yourself, is it really right at this point that I want to fail my God? He has never failed me. He has been for me. He has been there for me all this time. Yeah, that is the only advice I can give young believers. Young believers.
And I like how you've put it, that it is God you will fail, because you may think about your parents, but your parents are not there to watch you. And this reminds me of Joseph, who, when he was away from his family, he could not sin. He had an opportunity to to live a better life, quote unquote, but he chose the side of God. And going forward, you mentioned that this was the time you started writing music. How did that process happen? For you it may be easy, but somebody who is not a musician may wonder, how does this process of songwriting come about? How did you handle that?
For me, I would say most of my songs are guided by experiences in life. My life, although I'm not going to say it has not been that easy, because all along it's God. But the only experiences I've gone through, when I start thinking about the things that God has done to me, when I see how God has intervened into situations of other lives of other people, I will just go and sit down and say, God, you deserve to be praised. You deserve to be praised. You deserve for this, for that, for this, for that. And in a way, it becomes a song.
So you're more like David. The Psalms of David, they have a lot of life experience, how he was walking with God in frustration, in joys. He would write very beautiful psalms. So how did you manage to how did you get connection with a producer? How did you go to the next level?
Yeah. So now I came to meet this producer, and it was after church service, and then there was a guest minister, and that you just want to connect. You just want that, like you want to know how did he do it. There is kind of affinity that pulls you towards a minister, a person you want to look or you want to be like. So there is this minister who had come to visit our church, and he did so well, and I just said I will look for him and catch up with him just for a little bit, and he happened to mention that producer to me. So I took time and went to that place, and lucky enough, and I found him in Westlands, and we started talking. He looked at me and he said, "You sure you want to do this?" I said, "Yes, sir. I just want to do it." Okay, I said, "That is very nice. That's very nice. That's very nice." So he gave me his rates, and again he told me, "When you are ready, come with your team." Yeah. So I went back happy and fully charged, and I had done also some savings for that first music.
Okay.
Yeah, and he did a very good rate for me because I was in school, and things are not so you know that you're putting this there to add that and that, so you can get something else. So he accepted, and I went back. I also now in college, I have freedom to go to church also. So I had friends there, my friends that we were in the same praise and worship in my previous church. And I talked to them, I sent the lyrics to them, we practiced, and then we told the producer we are coming. I said, okay, I will be waiting for you. And that is how it happened to our first song, my first song.
Wow. Which is that song? And how was it received?
The song is called Unfailing God. This song summarizes the entire life I went through. And it summarizes the entire experiences, and then when I sat down, the words came. And after doing it, it was the first song. So when I went to church to present it for the first time, I'm like, thank you, God, I did it. I had one brother who was very much genuine and honest to me. He called me and told me, "Alex, you've done a good job, but please keep improving." And then I said, which part? I was so humble, and I had to ask him which part. He said, "This part, try to do this, try to do this." Yeah, but the song, I did not change it, like from the initial recording. Even the one that I have right now, it is the first and the first recording we did. Yeah, but many people say that you've done a good thing, especially so from the church that I was then those times. I was the first person to do such a thing. And then when I started seeing people approaching me, which studio did you go to? That song was so nice. How did you do it? Such things. Yeah.
Did you manage to give the information? Number would say, "Mata nyinyi." Were you generous with the information?
Okay. Now, what I used to do, I'll bring them close and tell them, this is what I did. We went to the studio. And I thank God because among the people who backed me up in that song, two of them from that group have they developed a really great interest in doing music, and they have right now even they have recorded some songs. Now we have come partners, we've become friends, we've become friends, and we we help each other. Yeah.
So the reason I was asking that is the place of mentorship, because in the world of music recording, you find that majority of the upcoming gospel musicians, they really do not have the exact place, the procedure, how to go around it. And actually, you do trial and error until you may do a project, you've saved a lot of money, then you get feedback after your efforts, and that feedback is negative, and it almost destroys you completely. What would you say is a place of mentorship, especially for those people who have gone before the musicians who are upcoming? What part can they play to ensure that those who have an interest in music are able to get clear paths so that they don't get lost in that confusion?
Mentorship is very key and very important. And so far, some of these great, I will call great ministers of God I've met before, most of them are so humble. They are so humble. And they will be willing to share that information. So now, for any Christian or believer who is willing or is wishing to become a gospel minister or to become a servant of God through singing, first of all, you must be open to mentorship. And you should not try to take it, people call it personal. When someone points out or wants to correct a mistake in you, you should actually take everything positive, both positive and negative criticism. You should take them, process them, and when you go back to the drawing board, come back with something positive. Come back with something that it's a product of that mentorship, And then now, for those who have done music and they have expertise, they have skills, music also, you just not do music because you want to do it. There is an aspect of skills. You do not want to bring something to people that it's not also,
well baked.
Yeah, because God Himself is everything He's done is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, so you cannot, we grow. Every time we grow. But even as you struggle to grow, give out something that you think that even satisfies you, that even if that other person will listen to it, he will say, although he has not done it right, but he's tried. Isn't it? Yeah. So first you'll be open to be mentored. And then for those who already have the skills and the expertise, they should offer that skills free of charge because it was given to God. Well, some people say I went to music school to know this, but you will also understand even the strength, even the provision for you to go to those music schools. It was provisioned by God. Yeah. So if someone reaches out to you, I want to do this and I don't know how to go about it, you should be in a position to give it freely.
The other issue is the place of exposure, because somebody may stay in a particular place and think they are the best, only to realize that once you have gone out there is real challenge to probably you had not exposed yourself to good music, or not good music per se, but quality or a particular standard. How can one seek good exposure that will make their ministry become excellent as they go along?
That is also very, very, very good question, because there is this portion of investing. There is this part of investing, and if you really want to do it good, if you want to do it for God, you must invest. I will give you a very simple example. If you have your seeds and then you throw them in the field and you just leave it there, and then at the end of the season you expect to go and get good harvest, nothing will be there. Nothing will be there. But if you follow up with those seeds, you weed them, you put manure on them, you water them, I'm telling you, when you go to harvest, it will be a very, very good fruit. You'll even like it. That harvest will be good harvest. Now, same applies here. Now let us not do it as try and error. For God, let us not do it like I'm trying to throw in this. If it works better, I throw in this. If it works better, no. Let us take our time. All the way from high school to college, and this college I'm talking about is the second certification, because I had done my diploma first. I'm going to record when I'm doing my undergraduate. So you can measure that speed. I'm not saying I'm perfect or I'm giving excellent qualities. I'm also growing. And there is also part I need to invest. If I'm going to do the next music, okay, it's supposed to come out as good quality. It's supposed to be to have substance, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that part we cannot avoid it. The part of investment we cannot avoid it. The part of looking for exposure we cannot avoid it. And there is this sacrifice, like the person who mentors you, who mentors you. It's not a must that you be there with them. There are some ministers of God abroad in other countries. Follow up their lives, follow up their music, listen to every aspect of what they're singing and they're doing, and just try to follow. You will realize that for them to give that product, it didn't just came out of anywhere. There is spiritual investment involved, there is financial investment involved, there is discipline in it, and there is hard work. Good things do not just
come on a silver platter. You can have this. Coming back to your recording, how many songs have you done, and what is your way forward in the future?
So far, I've done a number of songs, but now I'm doing them in stages. I've done the complete song. There are two complete songs. That by complete I mean it's audio and video. There are two, and then two are say 3/4 way, because they're audio and lyrical video, and then many around 6 I have them on audio. So I'm still working on logistics to make them complete.
Exactly. What are the challenges that you've experienced through your recording journey?
Once you realize where you're coming from, you understand what you're doing. Okay, you understand what you're doing, because recording has got its own challenges, and you should really prepare for it. For example, number one, you need to prepare for those songs psychologically, and prayerfully also. The songs are not just coming from blues. That's why you end up listening to some music that you listen to the music from the beginning up to the end, you're not taking home a message, you know. But you listen to other songs just once, and you even want to break into tears and you want to pray, you want to know. So there is that part of spiritual investment in the song. You have to read the Word of God, you know. You have to pray for those songs. So that is one part. And then the second part is now the logistics, because again you'll understand that you'll not just work in any studio and record a song.
True.
So you need to plan for it. Say in this year I want to do one song, one complete song. So what is my budget? My budget is 40K. My budget is around 100K. Okay. So this song, when am I going to do it? I'm going to do it in August. In January. Okay, what am I supposed to do? You can even open a fixed account just for the song. You know, these are things for heaven.
Exactly.
These are things for heaven, and they're blessed. They're blessed, okay? So you find a way in which you're going to raise that money, so that you also, as you go to studio, you're not going to be a nuisance to the joy of other people, okay? To the joy of other people, okay? Yeah. And then you are people now. You know, now let us talk about shooting videos and all that. You have to look for venues. You have to look for those people who are backing that video. You agree we are going to do this uniform. You know, it's good if you have friends who will stand up, who will cater for the cost of their costumes, well and good. But if you don't have, you have also to see how you're going to help them get those uniforms. And then logistics now on the material day. You need to hire a vehicle. You know, you should. So music it's good. It's good when you do it from the heart, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then again, it is not like the way people will just take it. Although this is not to discourage anyone.
I know what you're saying.
This is not to discourage anyone, but you plan for it. It's not a must that you do 100 songs in a month. No. You've not been given terms and conditions
exactly.
to apply.
I like that.
You can do one song that will last for 100 years. Then doing 100 songs that
will not even be accepted in any way.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So that is challenge number 2 about the logistics. And challenge number 3. If you are a Christian once, you are always a Christian. So we don't want to see Mr. Hope's songs in 2020 praising God, and then come in 2022, Mr. Hope's song is now doing secular songs. No, you're discouraging people. You know, each and everyone has been tasked. People, we are shepherds, and we have sheep that are following or rather looking after us.
Exactly.
So imagine God has raised you to that level, that there are people who look up to you. And then, say 7 years down the line, you fail them. As you fail, you're going to fail with them.
Exactly.
And that is not God's intention. He trusted you with those people who believe and trust. You see, there is an artist, there is a gospel minister you can mention. For example, there is this gospel minister from Nigeria called Dede. He encourages me so much. I pray that one day I will touch his, I will tap into
his anointing.
Yes. Now imagine I wake up tomorrow to find that now he's doing the best secular music in the world. And you know the best secular music in the world, what that means, isn't it? He will discourage me. And not just me. He will discourage many people. They'll be like, if he did that, and the way I know them, well then, who am I?
Exactly.
And you know, he would have failed God. Would have failed. God did not trust him to go to those heights only to bring some other people down.
Yeah. So we must be conscious of the calling that we have. First is unto God, then we know that you are accountable also there are people who are looking and to us as examples. I remember Paul talks about follow me as I follow Christ. But there are times when we've seen musicians just mtu anasema we ujipange, consume what I have but my life,
follow my
lifestyle. But what our lifestyle and our content, where do they are they supposed to be one thing? Ama nafaa ku preach maji na mimi na kunywa vitu zingine?
That is really what matters. That is really what matters. People will take you to be serious with what you do more than what you tell them. Yeah. Yeah. You can't be singing Hallelujah Hosanna and then the rest of your life you're just doing worldly things. That is the part now where you have to support our calling with prayer and spirituality. That is where we have to support our callings.
And as we almost come to a close to this, and where is a place of church in a musician's life? Because you've talked about prayer and spiritual support. Where does the church come in? The fellowship, the pastoral team, and other aspects of worship. How does the musician fit in with the church?
Yeah, very, very good question. Each and every one of us, let us, especially so say believers, we are a product of a church. So first of all, a church should own musicians. Or let me just say gospel ministers. Why am I saying that? There is this point, and God answers prayers really. He does.
Yeah, he does.
And if he sees that prayer is genuine, that we pray with good motive, yeah, he will answer. Now, during this time, someone is trying to grow up in music, and even the church is not coming in strongly to support this person. It's like it's non-partisan of this person. So this person struggles and God answers their prayers, and then they do music. Imagine even the music that blesses the outside world, and yet the inside, the inner circle, rather the church itself, the product of that particular musician does not know about those songs, does not look at that scenario. So if the church owned these people from the beginning, okay, and gave them their support, okay, these people will grow knowing that I have a family back,
exactly
where I came from. Okay. So that is what I will say. Number one, the church should own their, especially so when they are still on that baby steps. Yeah, that is the point where the church should really own and support the products that God, these musicians that God gave them. It should be like across all the faiths, all the churches. A person who comes from this denomination, we all believe in God, should be allowed to bring to share to the other church, okay? To bring their content to the other church without growing, without putting boundaries
and barriers.
Yeah, as we are these ones, But look, we are all people of God. We are praying to same God. You're preaching same God. Yeah. So, okay, this is my content. I want to bring it here. Like, we should eliminate those barriers. Yeah, we should eliminate those barriers. Yeah. I think if we focused on those two, the church would have come into the life of these people who are coming up. And now also there is a part that those people now, the ministers who have now, have done well and they're doing good, there is also the part they're supposed to play. Let it not be a case where tulimsaidia and then tangu tumsaidia tuone nje imemea nyasi. Let it not be that case. Do you know there are people for them to go and maybe do minister, I will not call it hold a concert or a show in their church. I will call it minister back to their church. That church has to pay them. Yeah, it's come to that. So you should remember home. Like we should get a consensus. We should be on a level ground. That the church is supporting this person, and this person is also supporting the church.
Exactly. They are available when needed.
When needed. Yeah. It is win-win. It's win-win for all of us. I think that is my take.
Wow. Thank you so much. What is your parting shot as we end this particular show? Because I know we'll have you later as we proceed.
Yeah.
Yes. What is your parting shot to the viewer?
Yeah. I'll just like to tell our viewers that music is outside there. And everyone can do music. If you choose to listen to music, consume what you think it is enriching you spiritually. Consume what you think it is edifying. I don't know what people listen in music. Some listen to messages, others listen to, arrangement and composition of the music. Well, even with all those sweetness, just listen to what that music is ministering to your inner soul. It should not be like something you're getting used to it, alafu unaiachia hapo hivyo. You should, ukishamaliza kusema na nimesikia nini, and what is it really helping me? What is it really helping me? What is the message am I taking home? Yeah, I think that is what I would like to tell our viewers. The music we play in our sitting rooms, they speak a lot even to our own children. They speak a lot even to our neighbors. Yeah, you just listen music coming from your neighbors and it gives you the preview of who that person is.
Exactly.
Yeah, so music is good, but as we listen to it, let us take home a message in it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is Alex Tindi, Mr. Hope. And I believe that his story has built your faith and he has been an encouragement, and you know him even better. Join us in our upcoming shows. This is Just Connect TV. Comment, like, subscribe, share. And how can we follow you?
Well,
it's good to know. Do you have a Facebook, a YouTube account before we end this?
Yes. On Facebook, I'm called Alex Tindi, and you'll see in brackets Mr. Hope. On YouTube, just look for Alex Tindi. On Instagram, I'm called Alex Tindi, Mr. Hope. On which one? I'm yet to go to Boomplay. I'm yet to go to all those other platforms, but we're still going.
Thank you.
Yes.
So thank you so much. See you again. This is Just Connect TV. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Just Connect TV, streaming live. Just Connect TV is your entertainment and educational channel. We broadcast authentic content that will inspire, empower, and stir up the potential and positive energy in you. Just Connect TV, streaming live. Ever felt the need to learn how to play a musical instrument or improve your music skill and never knew where to go? Just Connect School of Music is the place to be. We offer professional training in music sight reading, piano, drums, guitar, saxophone, bass guitar, and vocal training. We are located at Eprin Square, 3rd floor, room 26, opposite Buruburu Police Station. Just Connect, building worship. Just Connect TV, streaming live.